How's everyone doing today? I'm Trey, and I just want to go over how to set up Kage. Mainly, I will be going over how to set up the bot, importing your proxies and profiles, setting up for Walmart and foot sites, and then just answer some common questions that I've seen about it a little bit. So when you first get the bot and you go into the dashboard, once you get into the Discord, you'll be greeted here with all these channels. Now to download the bot, you would come to the updates channel and then click on this right here. So once you are here, you would see all these three different versions. You have your Mac download, your Windows 64-bit, and then your 32-bit for Windows. Most people, I'm guessing, will be on Windows. Others will be on Mac, and I highly doubt most of you all are on 32-bit Windows. So you click this here to download it, and then once it's downloaded, you would click it, and then you'd be greeted like that. So when you're first in the bot, the first thing I would do when you first get it is I would just hit dash and then H. This will bring up all the commands that you have, and I'll be running through these a little bit just to show you all how to use the bot. So once you first get into it, it'll actually say Kage, and then it would say something like not activated, right? Because you won't have your key in like I do. So in order to activate your key, you would simply type key and then space, and then you would paste your key in. And once you paste your key, you hit enter, and then the bot would authenticate for you. So after that, you would then travel to your Discord and pick up your webhook. Again, I already have this set up, but to set it up, you would just type out webhook, and then you would hit space and then type out or paste your webhook, and then again hit enter, and that will go through. And then if you would like to test your webhook, again, just webhook test, and it will send just like that. So after that, the key with Kage is you want to import everything before you make your task. So that includes proxies and profiles. So after you test your webhook and you see that it's working, the next thing you want to do is actually set up and import your proxies. I like to do proxies first personally, but you can also do profiles. But just for this video, I will be showing you all how to do the proxies first. So in order to do that, you would first get your proxy, and then you would pull up your notes app, and then you would paste in the proxy. After that, you would save it. Actually, hold on. Do test 2. You would hit save, and once you have it saved, you would then hit import. You would then type out import, and then it would pull up profiles and proxies. Now, one thing about Kage, you will see these numbers in the brackets, and then you will see the actual name itself. Always type what's in the brackets. I made the mistake of when I first got the bot in beta, typing out like profiles or proxies, and that does not work. You have to type what's in the brackets. So once you do that, obviously it'd be proxy, so I would type out 2, and then I'll put the name. I'll call it test 2, and then after that, I would actually drag the file. This is a little bit different from other bots with the GUI, but it's pretty similar to most bots. I have a GUI, so I would drag that in, and then I would hit enter like so. And after that, you would see that it enters successfully. Now, this number is your total proxy, not the proxy count for just for this group. So after that, you would then do your profiles, and I will show you all how to do that now. Doing your profiles is a little bit different because what's actually needed are 2 things that you could possibly do. So I'm gonna show you all how to do the first one. First way, and this isn't the way that I would actually suggest, but this is just where you type everything out. And then second way, you would use AYCD or any exporter that you have that supports it, and basically it would give you a file just like how I had to drag this in. So again, I would type out import 1 for profiles, and then I would drag the file in. So this file is actually already in, so I'm not going to hit enter, but again, once I do that, you would basically see what popped up here for the proxies. So I'm going to actually delete this. I'm just going to hit enter. Once you have that, you're pretty much ready to set up task. Now, you have to do all your proxies and profiles before you make the task. So let's say if you're running Foot Locker and you need groups for Foot Locker, Foot Action, East Bay, Champs, and Kids Foot Locker, you would have to make all those ahead of time. When you're making a task, again, there are 2 ways. So the way I usually do it, I just do create task. Again, I'll type create task, I would hit 1 for the drop site. Let's say I'm going to go for Foot Locker. I would hit 1, and then I'll get the product SKU. I'll just, let's get something here for the 12s. Then I would paste that in. So you will see all your profiles pop up with the profile name here, the email, and then the email actually here. So I normally just hit 100 for all of them, and then I would hit enter, and then the task quantity. Let's say I want 2 tasks for each profile. I would type out 2, and I would hit enter. For the size, if you want random, you would type out random. If you want specific sizes, you would type out like 8.5, comma 9.5, comma 10. Unlike other bots, it's just like that. You wouldn't do comma space. It's just comma with no space. So again, I would just put random, and I would hit enter, and then I would type out the actual proxy group that I want. I'll just choose a local one. So I would do 5844, and then enter. Do I want an account? This is for Walmart when you are running for like stuff like PS5s, but you actually need an account. So I would hit N, and then again, jig address. If your address isn't already jigged and you need it to be jigged, the bot will do it for you. So you would hit Y if you want it already done. But for me, I already have everything set up. Just do AYCD. So I would hit N again, and then boom, as you can see, all the tasks create. Now, when you are making tasks, just understand that if you are importing, let's say, 1,000 tasks or 5,000 tasks, this will take a little while. I think when I did, like 2,000 or 3,000 tasks, it did take a couple minutes, I want to say, like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. So do just understand that, especially if you are setting up right before a drop, because this will take a little bit of time. So the other way to do it actually is as follows. If you are looking to actually make task through the spreadsheet, you can do that as well. So the way you would do it, you would paste the link here. You would type out your profile name, the size. So again, if you want random, you would type out random, the number of tasks per profile, or per line, and then your proxy group. And then what you would do, once you type out all this right here, you would be given this task command, and you would copy that, and then you would just paste that into the bot as so, and it would just go in like that. This task shouldn't be valid just because I don't have a profile actually in there, but let's say if I did, you would see it say total task 197. So that's basically it. Now, when you were running for foot sites, they say to run 30 seconds beforehand or 15 minutes. I find 15 minutes has a bit more success, just because you do get through the queue a little bit, because I tested 30 seconds on the Kobe's, and I found that I got stuck in the queue for most of the time. And Rafi, the owner and dev, he has said that he will be pushing out an update to possibly get through that queue if you do start a little bit closer. Again, if you would like to see the commands again, you would hit -H, and it would come up like that. Once you do this, there's a couple things that you can do. I'm just going to walk you all through them. You could do task start -all, and then you would do task start -site, and then you would type out the website. So for Foot Locker, the way you want to type it out actually is you would type out like this. So you would do task start site and then Foot Locker. I find that FTL doesn't work, so you do have to type it out as Foot Locker. And then you can also start by the SKU. So same thing, task start -SKU, then you paste out the SKU, or you can start specific profiles, which honestly, I mean, unless you're running slots or you're running for very specific things, I really wouldn't use this that much. And then the same goes for stopping all tasks. Now, once you have started your task and you want to see how they do, you could just hit task, you type out task watch, and all this will pop up. While this might be a headache to look at, he did say that he will be pushing out something that looks a little bit better and more pleasing to the eye, because I know this can definitely make you throw up because I literally got motion sickness watching like 2 or 3 instances of this go at a time. If you want to stop this, you have to hit enter 2 times. For some reason, we find 1 time doesn't really work. So and the 2 times you should have no problem. Another side thing that you all should know for some of my guys who may not be as familiar when it comes to CLI bots, if you hit -H and then if you type out helper, this GUI will pop up right here, and it will just make some of the process a little bit easier. And actually speaking on this, the error delay is something that you will want to change when running foot sites. They have found that 2000 delay works very well at the moment. So that is something that I would 100% suggest. Now going down here to the modes, there's mode 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now talking about modes a little bit, even though it says that you can change them, you really cannot change the mode. They found that by having these modes be randomized by default in the bot, it has led to the best success. So that's something that they have done and that they should be continuing to do in the future. So for the time being, I would just not even look at this right here. So when you do want to remove your task, proxies, or profiles, there are a couple of ways to do it. One way you can do is which is what you all see currently, is the helper. You would just hit remove profiles, remove proxies, remove task. I'm not going to do that currently because I'm going to show you all the second way to do it. So if you just type remove, you would then see here it would say 3, and you would do it for the task, and then it's not really going to let you just because the task isn't moving. But if it was running, you would be able to delete all of them. And just to check that, when you do task watch again, you would see that it stopped. So again, the last way you could do it is just by typing -H and then helper, and the helper will pop up, and then you just hit remove task, and then it will remove the task just like that, and then you hit exit. So that's basically how you would do everything for foot sites. Now moving on to Walmart, it is a little bit different just because at some times you will need the accounts. So I would try to go through that with you all currently. So again, you would just do create task. You would choose the site. Now I'm gonna just go over this real quick. When you do need accounts for, let's say if it's a PS5 drop and you want to generate accounts quickly, you would hit 3 and then you go through that process. The process is very self-explanatory, and the main thing about it will work 100% of the time as long as your proxies work, because they have definitely seen for a fact that certain proxies do not work. So again, you would just hit 1 for Walmart, and then you hit 7, and then you put in the product SKU. I'm just gonna put on, a fake one, and then boom, same thing, 100, and then your task quantity, let's say I want 13, and then let's say size, I will leave it random for Walmart, as you all can see, just because for Walmart there is no exact sizing, mainly for what you're going for. And then I would do proxies again, and then accounts, same thing. If it's a drop like PS5s where you will need an account, you would hit Y for yes. If it's like a restock where you won't need accounts, N for no. So N, check the address again here. I would hit no because it's already been done for me through AICD. So no, and then boom, it will go through. So again, same thing. I would hit, let's say, task start all, or let's say if I want to do task start site, now I would hit Walmart, and then it will start, and it will stagger start, which is very, very nice. Just because, well, it means your computer won't blow up, especially if you're running a lot of tasks. So I will stop these actually once they finish starting everything, just because I do not want to waste data for no reason. So again, I will cut to this once I stop all these tasks. Actually, and it's almost done. All right, so then I would do task. Actually, let me show you all this. So then when I do task watch here, you can just see it says product OOS because, well, product doesn't work. So boom, I do that, and then I do task stop all the tasks stop. All right, so I did just stop and delete the task. I had a couple of problems real quick with the recording, but we are back. So yeah, that's basically how you do all of that. Now, a couple of things I want to go over with Kage is the fact that you can run multiple instances. I will show you all of this now. It's at the moment, keyword at the moment, it is unlimited instances, so I can pull up, as many as I want, which is nice. but do just understand that, well, you will need a lot of proxies, because you won't want to sit there and basically use, you know, the same proxy group, especially if you're running foot sites. So again, think of this one here, the main one, as the main, and everything else, it just kind of spawns from it. So I would suggest you make different proxy lists, especially if you're gonna be running multiple copies. So like Footlocker instance 1, Footlocker instance 2, champs instance 1, champs instance 2, and so on and so forth. Because most of the time I find people will run at max 4. Now, here are a couple of FAQs. Feel free to read this currently. And main thing about this is, if you do have the chance to get the bot, I would highly suggest it. The feature seems very, very bright. In addition to this, they do in-store Footlocker raffles, which is very nice, but at the moment can't be used just because, well, at least for me, stuff is starting to close down again. But I think hopefully, you know, when COVID, you know, figures everything out, you know, when everything is figured out with COVID, hopefully we can start to use the in-store module again for raffles and get that going, because it would really be nice to use that, especially because I know a lot of you all do really well when it comes to in-store raffles on Footlocker. Other than that, hope you all did enjoy the video, and I wish you all happy holidays and a Merry Christmas.